Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Everything is everything. It's your boy Decopbo. I wanted my show to be as transparent as possible. Like, I wanted to be controversial statements. I want people to argue or debate about my opinions. I want people with a different viewpoint. And today is a special day. Number one, it's the first time y'all will ever see BLU, Simone. The woman who has drove me crazy enough to want to be with her. Because I'm realizing now that shit's never going to change. Like, you're never going to meet no girl who don't make your ass itch. It's just about finding one who was worth it. And I apologize for making my ass itch to people that's in my previous life or relationships, and they felt the need to leave, and now they're like, damn, I got with this new nigga and he's fucking getting on my nerve too. I mean, so maybe his problems were a little less harder to deal with, or maybe his problem was lesser to deal with. Maybe he's the part that I didn't have that replaced it, the ability to miss me. Maybe she is like a person who does things totally different from her, like believes things differently, expresses things differently, and most important for me, gives you that security that, like, not with their mouth, with their actions, that they never gonna leave you. I'm 40. I know I don't look it. Black don't crack. Whatever part of black in me, I'm glad it is the crack part. But yeah, that's how it goes. You know, I don't have time to be with someone that there's an option for them to leave. Like, you with your wife for 2 years, you get in a car accident and can't move, you leave her? I mean, no, you took them oaths. For better or worse. That don't mean for better and a little bit worse. I mean, for better, meaning past your expectations, and worse, meaning this. But once again, everyone would say, well, that's the marriage. And a lot of times people mess up relationships because they so busy saying that I can act any kind of way to now because I'm not married, not knowing that you're going to take yourself into that marriage. And just because you didn't work on it here, it's going to reveal itself. And then you're going to be like, why did I get married? So, you know, I thank God for my exes. They taught me things. And hopefully they taught me what not to do to this beautiful woman. But she's definitely contradictory. And she, you know, confronts me of all my thinking that she thinks wrong. Like, I got mad. I'm about to get in a relationship with my mom. My mom, like her, I knew it was fucking over. I'm like, it's over. Because my mom is the most taxing person as far as, like, but then again, it's my mom. So it's not really taxing. It's just annoying that I have to keep being bombarded with things that I need to improve, when it's like, sometimes I just want to walk up to somebody and say hi. And I realize it because I got that gene, and like sometimes people just want to have fun. They don't want to be deep and talk. They just want to get fucked up and chill. So, that's my introductory. I kept it under 4 minutes, and I hope y'all enjoy this. Remember, her name is BLU. Don't call her that. I gave her that name. Simone will be joining me today. She will be my guest on the Decopbo show. To God be the glory. Oh, welcome. As I said, Simone is in the building, and we're going to be complimented. Like, the first thing I want to know, Simone, is like, I have a confession. When I first met her, hold on. When I first met her,
you gotta put your professor glasses on.
Yeah, I gotta put my glasses on. Fuck that. When I first met her, so I be in my best behavior. Oh. When I first met her, I thought she had a weave on, and I noticed that like her facial expressions were like off, like she belonged to something else. But her eyes, but it was like a complexion. This is gonna sound racist. I'm like, there's no black such and such that I know that's that dark. But, you know, so I asked, what is your nationality?
I'm American. You asked my nationality, right?
What are you mixed with, woman?
A little bit of everything.
Say it. Difficult.
African Americans.
Yes.
Somewhere along the line, some white people. Of course, Native American.
Yes.
And Asian.
That's the one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shrimp fried rice. I had no idea that soy sauce had dark-skinned people around, but God forgive me. So today's topic is signs. Like, do you see the signs? Are you paying attention to the signs? When I was down south and I was a child, we used to go to our reservation. My family don't participate anymore. And reservation means land ownership by majority, meaning like it's so much land we own in Whitmire that like I can literally go down the street, try to talk to a girl. My aunt's like, that's your cousin, but it was going on for my whole life. And they had this thing called the bridge, and the bridge was where at nighttime it turned to this spooky place, and they would say these are the places where the souls cross over into their resting place. I don't want a souls and resting place. I was like, fuck that. But when you go down there, right, it's so scary because it got like a street light right here, and day and darkness and light disappear in a straight line. Like, you know how it goes this way sometimes, but this place is straight. And when you go down this long road, the bridge is there, but you can't see anything beyond it. So the rite of passage was like, hey, you have to walk through there. It's safe to say I ain't walked no motherfucking way. I went back. So then they had a thing where you had to throw rocks up in the air and stand still. And at the time, I didn't know it was bats in the air, and bats have sodar. So it's like, you know, when the bats come down. So when you throw the rocks in the air, if you're stupid enough to stand there, the rocks is gonna come, but the bats is gonna follow. So my dumb ass threw the bats like this, shoom, shoom. But they always fly up when they close to the ground. Scariest shit in the world. Then they told me about red dirt, where they said these are where the ancestors had to eat because they ain't had no food. And I'm like, how you eat dirt? But then I didn't realize that inside the dirt was bugs, ants, spiders, stuff like that. Just in case you didn't know, insects have more protein than a $300 pound steak. So they were getting protein, but they used to mud these mud sticks up to make them look like patties, and they will bake them and they will eat that. I didn't know. So I'll tell you another story about it, but that's like signs of a person's reality or their heritage. So I'll ask you, what were some of the signs that you realized that you were special, or God put you in a situations that people around you might have not paid attention to?
That I am special. And God put me in certain situations. Well, I know I'm special because I think differently than other people. It gets me in trouble a lot. Arguments that I have with you. Sometimes the difficulty I might have making friends. I'm not as sociable as I am. I also like to play the cut and observe. So a lot of times people think I have like a resting bitch face and I'm not easily approachable. But I am one of the nicest people that I know, of course. And if people would just, you know, feel brave enough to come and talk to me, they'll find out for themselves. If you too punk ass to come and say something, then I probably don't want to talk to you.
And I have to be honest with y'all and tell y'all the truth, man. Listen, the girl ain't got no weave on. This is the part that's like really stressing me out. I was like, there's no way. The whole beginning of our relationship, I'm like, I wonder when she gonna take that wig off and I'm gonna see how she really but it's her hair. God damn it, like, seriously. So it's like the same thing with mine. It's like you have good hair and you have this, you know, her complexion and everything, and have the eyes like a Chinese woman, and you know, the body like Aunt your mama pancake, man. That booty. But I say all that to say that in the times of struggling with this relationship, I realized that it's killing a lot of myths. So, being as though we talk about signs, I need a real answer. Like, what made you decide I got everything I need? Like, I don't really need a man. And that comfortable feeling that women get in when they don't need a man. Like, what made you say, okay, I'm just going to step out and change, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, I know I don't need a man. My mother has raised me to be very independent. But I would like someone to share my life with. Who wants to go through life alone? You know, I want someone that I can laugh with, cry with, travel with, build with. I want to start businesses. Like, why can I share that with someone? I'm not a mother yet. I'm still hoping and believing on that. So you can't make babies by yourself. I'm not with the whole turkey baster thing. So it's not about needing someone, but that desire for companionship for a lifetime. That's what it's about. It's not
Good
about
googity googity. Well, she must have knew I was answering these questions. She acting like one of them people that's in the pageant when they walk up there and say, "What you want to do? You want to change the world?" They like this. Yes, world peace. Stop hunger. It's like no. I've been talking about me, and I've been talking about her. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. You know, we live in our place and our space and time, and this is like the second to last question. So I wanted to give y'all some meat. Like we had some milk, we had some vegetables, we had out with some eggs, but I want we get to the meat of it. The environment in which we live at, being so you have all of these unique different races in you. How do you feel about the current state? Like the signs that's going on all the way around, it just seems like they're so hard to catch on to or to see when it just, now they got this shit on tape. Like, what do you think needs to happen, or you feel as though it's not being seen that the shit that's happening to us as a people is just totally fucked up?
I see what you're saying. At first you kind of lost me, but I caught on. I really think that it's because we're too divided as a people, our culture. You have people who are intellectuals and they go off and they create these businesses and be prominent. They don't necessarily reach back and help out, so they're off doing their own thing. And then you have people who are struggling in the hood and don't know how to find a way out, so they grasping for whatever they can. The two sides aren't really talking. We're so divided as how can I say this? Okay, with other cultures or whatever, everybody seems to be on the same page. Like, do you know with Latino families and Asian families, you have generations living in a home all together. They putting their money together. They're buying houses and things, all at once. You staying at home till you like 30, 40, or till you get married, whatever the case may be. Whereas with us, we trying to put people out at 18. Nobody is prepared for life at 18. Which is why I feel like people going off to college at such a young age and trying to make decisions at that young. But I digress. I'm not going to talk about that. But it's just that we don't have the same type of family structure either. It goes back to slavery, where they tore the father away from families, and mother and children were forced to fend on their own and be on the slave plantations by themselves, and the dudes was off doing something else. Like, the family structure in the African American community has been broken. It's still evident right now. So we have to work on ourselves internally before we can expect anybody to try to help us. And that's really what it boils down to.
Sexy chocolate.
That's really what it boils down to.
Sexy chocolate.
Each one teach one, each one reach one. Right. That's
Put some glasses on and some high heels. And I want you to teach me a lesson.
No,
I want you to teach me a lesson later on. Put some glasses on. Oh, you look good with that. You look cute with them. Like yeah. Put some glasses on and teach me. You preaching. There you go. Stop. I need to stop it. It was wonderful. It was nice. Thank y'all for coming out with us. Like, another successful show wrapped up. But I have one more question. And this is a question not for myself, or it's gonna be about me, but not for myself or anything else. I just want people to understand that me and my baby talk about everything. My past, her past, the things that she cried when she talked to me about, the things that I might cry. I'm a man, but I ain't ashamed that I talk about the hurt. She has been like an initial reasoning behind me to get over my ex. Like, I never met a woman who was able to get me through a heartbreak and still not feel insecure or superior to the person she trying to help me get over with. That's something I've never experienced. I doubt very soon as I experience it again. Because, you know, most women would be like, I'm not helping you get over this chick. Matter of fact, you still got feelings for this bitch. I ain't trying to hear that. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. You still got feelings for this bitch, and if she come back to you right now, you're going to be... But for some strange reason, she's seen through the fact that even though I'm 40, I have never been heartbroken. Even though the mind tells you you've been heartbroken, you was married, you got a woman that had your children, and the same woman got all your kids. You done had models, all kinds of stuff that you confessed that you was loving and all that, but the initial reaction afterwards wasn't like it was now. And for her to be that secure in her womanhood to help me through, Lisa, without being afraid or intimidated by Lisa, was a great thing. And my last question is, what advice do you have for women when it's signs? When it's signs, you have to take in consideration that sometimes you might have to go through hell to get to heaven within a relationship.
So the advice I would give to women is to first know yourself and to know what it is that you want. Having that relationship with God to be able to ask for the strength to endure whatever comes your way. And when it looks like it's hard and it's not worth it or whatever, you just keep pushing. And you know, but that's only if you know what it is that you want. And in the grand scheme of things, if this is not what you want, this is not who you want to be with, then, you know, don't waste your time, you know. But if it is something that you want and it's worth fighting for and putting the energy, because it's easy to give up. Walking away is easy. You just be done. But it takes a lot more strength and courage and fortitude to endure the heartaches, you know. So once you put all that time and that energy into it, you'll see it'll be worth it if you keep going. Because then you won't have to worry about, oh, did I leave too soon, or did I not give it my all? You give it your all, like you put it out there, and that way you can, if you do decide to walk away, at least you know that you put up a good fight. You fought the good fight. So that's what I would say.
Gracias, señorita. So, once again, remember, because we're about to eat, and remember, listen, if no one told you they love you today, know that I love you.
We love you.
And you have to also understand that if you wake up in the morning, you have the right to say, I will have a great day on purpose. On purpose. And most importantly, understand and have the reality that if you choose to be miserable, that's exactly what you did. You chose. Because you can choose to get rid of the thing that makes you miserable. To God be the glory. Never show down the drain. Decopbo one, baby.